Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm here to talk about one stock that I think is truly going to be life-changing. I think that if you buy this stock right now, it could change your life forever. So without further ado, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. We're nearing 1,500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So let's get right into it. The stock that we're here to talk about today is none other than Cheesecake Factory. Ticker symbol CAKE, C-A-K-E. This company is one that I like a lot. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I am a big supporter of Cheesecake Factory. I was up a lot on this position, but I buy my stocks for long term. I'm not buying my stocks to trade, so I didn't sell. This company was almost $70. I have an average share price of 47. So I bought this stock for a lot less, made a lot of money on it, but then now I'm down all the time on Cheesecake Factory. So does that worry me? Not at all. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that. This company has a PE ratio of 14. Let that sink in. Let's look at some, similar competitors. What I like to do instead of Robinhood is I use market-io. If you guys do enjoy their platform, I'm going to show you guys, a little walkthrough of what they offer right now. Use my 7-day trial down below. No obligation to you. Helps me, it helps them, it helps everyone. So very, very good platform right here. A lot of information that they don't offer in other places. We see year-to-date Cheesecake Factory is down now. Their PE ratio is below 15, which is insane. Revenue, they're doing almost $4 billion. We see this is some SWOT analysis right there, but their intrinsic value is that they're undervalued by 61%. This is very true. I think that this is very accurate. They are undervalued greatly. This company has a lot of, good upside. We see their target prices are all pretty much positive. Their low target price is only lower than 5% from here, but their high target price 50%, average target price 25%. If you can grow a stock at 25% compounding a year, that's a stock I want to be in, especially because they pay a dividend yield of almost 2.3%. Very good stock to get into, but we see that. Their revenue is good. It's increasing very slowly. The margins are very low in the restaurant space, but this is about to explode. I want to first off show you how undervalued this company is. We see their PE ratio isn't even 15. Let's look at Chipotle right here. Let's see what their PE ratio is. Even after their stock fell a lot, their PE ratio is 26. Look at how much their stock has actually fallen here, 50% just year to date. And their PE ratio is still 26. If we go to a company like Wingstop, we see that their PE ratio is even higher than that. It's actually 38. Pretty expensive Wingstop right there, but pretty similar growth rates from what I'm about to show you guys. And then also let's just check out one more just because it's like a Texas Roadhouse right here. We see that their PE ratio is 25, so still a lot higher than Cake. So Cake could double their PE ratio from here because their growth rates look very good. This is the Cake investor presentation. This came out recently. This is October 28th. This is their Q3 earnings for 2025. There's a lot of talking on here, a lot of writing that I don't think is that important, but the main thing is that when you buy Cheesecake Factory, I always say this, you're not investing in Cheesecake Factory. You are investing in North Italia, Flowerchild, and their Fox Restaurant Concepts locations. You're not buying Cheesecake Factory, you're buying these three. More than three, actually. We'll get into that later. But you're buying these two plus the Fox Restaurant Concepts locations. Cheesecake Factory is not a bad company. They do good business. They have 216 locations, very solidified. They're everywhere. They're all around the world. Their market cap is almost $3 billion, and they're doing even more than that in revenue, which is very impressive. We see they own 216 Cheesecake Factories all around the world, so very good to see that. We see internationally licensed 35 Cheesecake Factories. They're going to have 300 domestic locations eventually. I definitely see that happening. Here's a few stats that I don't think are that important. They're comparing Cheesecake Factory to other restaurants. I'm not worried about Cheesecake Factory at all. I'm worried about North Italia. North Italia is an Italian restaurant, obviously. They're contemporary. They have, very, very good branding. North Italia is very clean. They have a shed-like, building right here. That's how most of their storefronts do look, or just very clean and sleek like this one down here. Basically, the most important thing out of these bullet points is that their average check is in the mid-30s for lunch and mid-40s for dinner. Love to see that. Also, 25% alcohol mix. That's very good profit margins, especially for a restaurant. Potential for 200 domestic locations over time. They currently have 46, so this is a 4x right there. Italian is one of the most popular ethnic cuisines in the United States. This is a fact. And they're targeting 20% average annual unit growth, which they used to, they seem pretty true on. So this probably is going to happen. I think it could even go faster than that. And then also attractive return profile and sales growth. So the return profile on this is more than attractive. I think that's an understatement. But we see their comp sales not looking amazing, but they're in the very early stages of expanding this restaurant to what it could be. Flowerchild. let that sink in. Remember that name for a second because you're probably going to be eating there within the next couple of years. Flowerchild is the main reason that I'm investing in Cheesecake Factory. I think North Italia is great. I think Cheesecake Factory is all right. I think Fox Restaurant Concepts is great. Flowerchild has potential for 700 domestic locations over time. This is a differentiated concept. There's not very, I mean, there are some restaurants like this, and they've proven to be very successful. For example, I'd say Chipotle is a good comparison to this, maybe Cava, however you want to pronounce it, but it's targeting 20% average annual unit growth. They only have 42 locations in 15 states right now. They offer a healthy, balanced dining experience with organic, gluten-free, and vegan options. They're offering a lot of great things. They're offering a lot of things that people are willing to pay premium prices for. For example, someone wants to change a meal from having meat in it to vegetarian. They want a vegetarian patty in their burger maybe. This company, I mean, the restaurants that offer these kind of changes have the merit to upcharge you around $4 or $5 for a different patty. It doesn't cost that much more for the restaurant. I can tell you guys from experience, it's not that much more expensive. They're upcharging the heck out of you, and I have some friends that are vegetarian, are vegan, are gluten free, and they're willing to pay that. They don't care. They don't even bat an eye. They're saying, okay, $5 more, that's fine, let's do it. So this is a very good upcharge for this restaurant. I think that'll bring in a lot of good sales for them. They have an attractive consumer demographic, people that are health orientated, people that do want to focus on eating healthy food are willing to spend a lot of money on it. We see that that's true with these fancy restaurants, these restaurants that are offering more health alternative meals, also grocery stores, things of that nature like Sprouts, very interesting stock there. But that's a whole different video. But significant off-premise volume, averaging over 50% of their sales. So a lot of the sales that they are making, people aren't even coming into the restaurant. They don't need a waiter. They don't, that Flowerchild doesn't need to pay a waiter. They don't need to pay for space. They're just getting these. People love their food so much that they're just getting the food. They just need to pay the chef. So that's very great. Fox Restaurant Concepts. This has potential to be humongous. That's how they found out about Flowerchild. That's how they found out about North Italia. They're taking these concepts. I'm not going to go that deep into it, but basically, they have 54 locations. It's a lot of different concepts with no more than I think maybe 4 is the max locations that they have for one of these concepts because they haven't built it out past 4, but that's, when it becomes maybe a franchise. So they're just making sure that it's a good idea and good enough to expand, nationwide, maybe worldwide. And that's why they have Cheesecake Factory is their global footprint. That's all across the world. North Italia and Flowerchild are both national. These are companies these are restaurants that are all across America, and they're going to be across more of America. They're testing growth in Culinary Dropout, Blanco, and the Henry. They don't have financials for those. They're not publicly disclosed. They're just over, the blanket term of the Fox Restaurant Concepts restaurants. And all 3 of these are doing very well. They have more than one location. They're testing growth on it, seeing how it works out, kind of in the bigger grand scheme of things. Also, they have accelerating unit growth. We see that a lot of new restaurants are being added, a lot of new restaurants to the space. We see Culinary Dropout has 3 new locations just this year, and it's a restaurant that they haven't even expanded heavily yet. Flowerchild has 6 new locations this year, North Italia 4, and then the Cheesecake Factory is still slowly increasing. Financial performance. They're not doing too hot, but I mean, North Italia is in the very early stages of growth. I'm not worried about that at all. I want them to not be doing amazing. I think now is a good time to get in. Fox Restaurant Concepts, same thing. They're actually increasing. We see that they're doing a lot better with weekly sales. They're down only 1% in comparison to last year. They were down 4%. And then Cheesecake Factory is doing, pretty much what they always do. They're pretty reliable, pretty dependable as long as the economy doesn't have a crazy downswing. Total revenue, they're up 5% from the previous year. This is kind of the growth rates you can expect with the Cheesecake Factory as of right now, but I think in the future that is going to change a lot. They do have a quality growth opportunity. This is a great opportunity. Cheesecake Factory, North Italia, and Flowerchild. There's the big 3 right here. We see annual unit growth in 20%. This one 2 to 3. Not worried about it. Fox Restaurant Concepts also at 10 to 15. And then this is a very graphic that's very important. I would actually remember this if I were you guys. This one is showing the runway for growth that they do have. This is a pretty good prediction, a pretty basic prediction, but I think that it could go a lot higher than that. They know that too. So Cheesecake Factory isn't expected to grow that much. You can compare it right here. We see that it's not going to grow that much, but then we can see Flowerchild is expected to take up a lot of market share, be almost as big as Cheesecake Factory. And then North Italia is also going to do very well, and they have a $5 billion revenue growth potential. This is not including the Culinary Dropout, the Henry, and Blanco. Those 3 are just as great. So if you add those in there as well, I think we're looking at upwards of $10 billion, which I'm very happy about, especially for a company that's doing $3 billion right now. They're going to have a higher PE ratio because their potential for growth. They're going to be making more revenue. There's a lot of things that would be great about this, and I think that it is going to happen. So all in all, Cheesecake Factory is a great buy right now. I think you're not going to get it at a better price for a very long time. So I would try to invest in this one as soon as you can. You see, this company does have, its times where it's gone up and down, but I think now is kind of the time where you want to get into this company. I mean, there's a lot of new growth opportunities that they didn't have these previous years that they're just now starting to expand and capitalize on. Very happy with where that stands, and I truly do think that this stock is one that you're going to be sad you missed out on. They have so many runways for growth. I mean, there's no other stock in the stock market right now that is this undervalued. I think this is the most undervalued stock in the stock market with the most potential. The sector that it's in is not the fastest growing, but I think with the opportunities they have, it definitely could be a very fast growing stock because it's not even well known. People think it's just the Cheesecake Factory, and it's not. This company that owns Cheesecake Factory, North Italia, Flowerchild, and other Fox restaurant concepts. That's 4 different concepts that they own, even more if you get into specifics. But I mean, a lot of people are unaware of this, and I think that Wall Street is unaware of this even, and a lot of retail investors are too, but Wall Street is the one that's eventually going to move it. So once news does come out that the Cheesecake Factory is actually offering this, I think it's going to be very good for a lot of investors. It's going to be very, you're going to be happy that you were in this one for the long haul. So I'm very happy with this earnings. I think that the company is growing at a great rate. It didn't do anything crazy to the stock price, not a crazy drop. This is just because of the market. And yeah, I mean, it's been very fun being invested in this company. I definitely would try to dollar cost average down as time goes on. So if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your guys' support. Like I said, we're nearing 1,500 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you guys did subscribe. Also smash the like button. It helps me out a lot. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video tomorrow. Peace.